Aloha, everybody. This is Cathy Bilsky, the Quantum Leap Let Light Unite show, your spiritual warrior goddess on UPRN radio. And this is January 27th, 2017. How are you all doing today? Whew. I bet you it's been a pretty wild week. Don't y'all feel like we're in kind of an altered universe with Trump coming in and all that craziness? I know I certainly do. So I'm going to throw out something at you that I'm going to want you all to research because I'm doing research on it. But, as I looked at Trump, it just, I keep telling myself, God, it feels like we're in an altered universe. And I've been introduced to something called the Mandela effect, and you need to look that up, guys, because it's definitely happening. It's tied into CERN, and when I have more knowledge about this, and I'm going to bring people on, so we're going to talk about this, then we'll go into more depth. But, if you really pay attention to what's going on, you're going to see just little tiny things that are a little off. Where you would think and look back and go, God, I really thought it was this way they said it, and all of a sudden it's a different way, and all these different odd spellings of everything, which kind of goes along with the oddness of Trump, to my mind, but that's just me. So go look it up. Start doing some research on it. It's called the Mandela effect. All right? Now, I'm going to change my format a lot. I used to have another show on another station, and that was a 2-hour show, and because I had a big falling out with the owner over who happens to be a Trump supporter, and I'm not, which is really okay, you would think, but it wasn't for him, and he kind of kicked me off the station. And I don't know if you can really, fire somebody if you're not paying them, but so anyway, I've been, I don't have a show, and he actually did me a favor, because doing a 2-hour show and an hour show, for 2 days a week is really a lot of work, and it takes a lot of preparation, so I sound kind of intelligent when I get on the radio. So to have that gone out of my life, it's like, oh, thank you, you did me a favor, yay, and I don't know if he thought I was going to get upset, but I ain't. Just kind of gave me a Tuesday night free. You really don't understand how much time something would take you until you don't have it there anymore. And it's just amazing, all this free time I have. But anyway, so what I'm going to do, as I said, I'm changing the format. In the beginning of the show, we're going to do light work because it's so needed out there. And if I have a guest, they're going to come on toward the bottom of the hour, and I do have a guest come on tonight, and it's a very special guest, and it's Nandhi Tapasyogi, and he's a yogi, a visionary, humanitarian, an artist, an author, a teacher, and he's going to do a lot of interesting stuff with us and really share, take us to a higher place, yay, which we need. Now, we have also, I told you this before, we're continuing World Enlightenment, but it's 2017, so the website, we've got 2 websites up. So come on, jot this down. One is www.worldenlightenment2017.org, and we've got enlightenmentmovement2016.shutterfly.com. I know the 2016 is going to kind of confuse it, but we couldn't change it yet. It's up there. It's got a lot of information. Come on, check it out and join. We also this time have a Twitter page up. Come on, you can join. It's World Enlightenment 17 at Enlight the World, ENLIGHT THEWORLD. And then our Facebook page. Are we rolling this time or what? Come on, this is snowballing, okay? Our Facebook page is World Enlightenment, August 21st, 2017, solar eclipse. So that's a very, very high-powered day. And, of course, all we're asking people is To chant that day, may divine enlightenment descend on everyone now. May divine enlightenment awaken within everyone now. Very easy. And for everybody that's been working on enlightenment, Lordy, what you think about all those women and all those men marching with the women, getting out and taking a stand? Now, if that is not enlightenment in action, I don't know what is. That is an awakening of consciousness. And, of course, we're in the year of the rooster where, to me, the lower energy means it's the year of the cock. We see that with our president. Or, the higher energy of the year of the rooster is an awakening. So I'm for door number 2 because I've had enough of a cocky rooster. Haven't you, ladies? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, again, that's world enlightenment. And talk about enlightenment. We can't manifest it unless you talk about it and put it out into the ethers. So let's get, because we're short of time, so we're going to do a little bit of energy work. And gosh, if you got crystals, go get it, okay? So want to do a little bit of energy work for Washington and, of course, Trump, if y'all don't mind. So, with crystals, and for those of you who are participating, sit down and imagine yourself, you're in this big stadium with all these people. We've got this huge crystal in the center, and this big bubble of light we're going to form, and you're just going to blast this bubble with all kinds of energy, and I'm going to put in this energy, this big bubble of light, a prayer for Washington, D.C. Now let's see the violet flame anchored in D.C. and transmuting all satanic ceremonies as well as everyone working there. And we cut all ties between everyone's hidden agendas and all energy of white supremacy, fascism, transmuting that energy again through the violet ray. We ask that all dark energy veils be removed from everyone living in that area and their higher selves. Help them reconnect to the Creator, becoming awakened spiritual beings. Now let's blast Washington, D.C. with light. Just feel that energy just flow out you right out to Washington, D.C. And let's chant. May divine enlightenment descend on everyone now. May divine enlightenment awaken within everyone now. Let's do it 3 times, okay? May divine enlightenment descend on everyone now. May divine enlightenment awaken within everyone now. May divine enlightenment descend on everyone now. May divine enlightenment awaken within everyone now. So be it. Blast that bubble of light that's got Washington, D.C. and all the decision makers in it. Fill it up with light and love and take a deep breath and release it. So again, we're going to do another bubble of light, and this is energy work. We're going to put Trump and all his associates in there. So we call the higher self of President Trump to help him reconnect to the Creator, becoming an awakened spiritual being that will now stand up for water and tribal rights and humanity. Envision Trump stepping up and denying the pipeline easement through tribal lands, along with canceling the project completely. We also cut all ties to Trump has with the pipeline investors, the Jewish mafia, and all dark groups that are trying to control him, including Russia. Let's also remove all dark energy overlays around Trump that is stopping him from becoming an awakened spiritual being, taking right action for all of humanity. Now we ask Trump's higher self, help him reconnect to the Creator, becoming an awakened spiritual being who will protect land, water, and all tribal lands and humanity from big corporations. We call the higher selves of all the government agencies to step forward and make Trump divest from all his corporate holdings. If he refuses, which is free will, then let him be impeached for his actions and replaced with a light worker. Let's send energy to that spark of light that is left in Trump, now to his heart, and as that energy flows to the heart, it's now directed to his brain so he makes compassionate decisions. We also call to all the propaganda ministers to now speak truth and the press to hold them accountable for their words. See all veils of dark energy removed from the masses so they speak truth. Let's send energy to all the people who are standing firm against Trump's policies that are not for the benefit of humankind or the earth and all he does. Let them be divinely guided to right actions. And may this work also apply to Trump's family and all his advisors and handlers. Fill it up with light and love, and let's take a deep breath and release it. So we're going to do one more for the pipeline protectors in South Dakota. So imagine another bubble of light in the center, and we're going to put in all the pipeline protectors. Let there be light in the name, in the presence of God, which I am. Through the magnetic power of the sacred fire vested in me, I command. Let's send energy to all the protectors of the land and water. May they be sent all the resources to win. See their activism gaining worldwide momentum with people from all walks of life and cultures joining in. See all the veterans going back and standing with them. See all the government corporations backing down and the activists winning. And we call the higher selves of Kelsey Warner to step forward, who owns the Dakota Access in the light, and reroute the pipeline or stop it completely. And if they choose not to, which is their free will, we ask their higher selves to put them in positions of harmlessness. And we remove all negative vigilante overlays over all law enforcement, including police from the states of Michigan, Wisconsin, Minnesota, Indiana, Nebraska, North and South Dakota, including the National Guard and Sheriff's Department. We cut all ties between the police and any white supremacy groups, including the KKK and the Nazis. We remove the energy overlays that creates the need to go hunt and kill Native Americans, asking that they are now reconnected to the Creator, becoming awakened spiritual beings. They now see all protectors as family and friends choosing to do no harm and stand down or go stand with the protectors of the land. We call the higher selves of the people of those states above to protest that their police departments are sent out of the state to stand up for big oil and demand that they're recalled back to their home state. We also see our protected energy overlays removed from the security companies, including private and national security, including G4S, 10 Code Security, LLC, and Frost Kennel, so they're brought to trial and convicted for their transgressions against the protesters. See them being removed from all the pipelines. See the removal of Sheriff Kyle Kirchner of the Morton County Sheriff's Office, along with Governor of North Dakota, Jack Dalrymple, for conflict of interest, along with using unnecessary excessive police force. We cut all ties and contracts between all the financiers of the pipeline and the federal government to the Energy Transfer Partnership and the Dakota Access Group. We call the higher selves of the decision makers to release their stuck state of mind to make a compromise, either move the pipeline, stop it completely. We call the higher selves of the decision makers in the Department of Justice to step in, look into DARPA, and demand the state stop the illegal raids on the protectors of the land, as well as cease construction, holding the state and pipeline accountable. See the Fed stepping up and protecting the defenders of the land and not the oil companies. So we ask Michael the Archangel to cut off ties to all the machines, bulldozers, tractors that are being used on the pipeline, want to use them to hurt the earth and all life forms. As ties are cut, we send the violet flame to clean them up in the elemental's energy to then reconnect them to the Creator. We now command them to be neutral and keep breaking down. We send energy to the weakest parts of all the machines and see them break down. Now let's place huge magnets in all their computers so they stop working. We also call and invite all the birds, ants, spiders, snakes, and moles to infest all their equipment, including all tanks, military jeeps, trucks, helicopters, and drones, so they break down and become unfunctional. Imagine all percussion grenades, all guns, including machine guns, sound cannons, stingray equipment, LRAD, sniper guns jam, unable to fire or backfire. And this also includes all mace guns and taser guns. We call again to the higher self of Trump to help him reconnect to the Creator, becoming an awakened spiritual being that will stand up for water and tribal rights. And again, envision Trump stepping up and denying easement through tribal lands, Let the Treaty of 1851 be respected and honored by the feds. Fill it up with light and love, and let's take a deep breath and release it. Okay. So thank you for joining me and doing that energy work. And, you know, if you want to do something for the world, just start chanting over Washington, D.C., and all the decision makers. May divine energy be sent down on everyone now. May divine enlightenment awaken within everyone now. Okay, so I think it is time to bring oops, here we go.
Hello.
Oh, aloha, Nandhi.
Aloha, Cathy.
How are you doing tonight? And welcome to the program.
Oh, thank you, Cathy. Thank you. Just a minute, okay? Let me plug in this. Let me plug this in. Let me know. Cathy, can you hear me properly?
Very well.
Hello?
Yes,
oh,
very well.
Fantastic.
Well, you're an incredible being. You're a yogi, a visionary, a humanitarian, an artist, an author, a teacher, an energy worker. You're amazing. Can I ask a favor? Could you do a little prayer for everyone, just to raise us up a little bit?
Of course. You want me to begin with this?
Uh-huh.
Okay. So, there was a sage who lived in the forest for over 35 years. He was living with the tigers. And most times he would be in the forest all by himself. And I knew his time had come. And I asked him this question, and that was, Swami, if there's a blessing for humanity, what would that blessing be? And he said, may the roots of every human awake. And that was a very powerful statement. May the roots. Normally, in all the religious studies, all the religious pathways, the roots is never talked about. And the roots is where we live. The roots is the core of our realities. So you say, when we evolve from the core of our reality by way of family, by way of passion, by way of career, by way of work, that would lead us to the next higher dimension, which is the spiritual dimension. And it's satisfaction here that leads to peace on earth for all of humanity. So I would like to chant a mantra, a Siddha mantra. Normally when we give a mantra, it is for everyone to recite it. But this time I'm just going to give it as an energy flow. So simply listen and absorb this mantra energy. Hari Om Ganamaniye Mama Mangul Ganamaniye Mama Madimul Ganamaniye Mama Dharma Munniyum Dharma Sanniyum Dharma Siddhiyum Unmazamanal Mol Yenmazamagazima Ayum Nammam Liyum Ayum Dingnamina Yagadwaryom Aryom Ganamaniye Mama Mangul Ganamaniye Mama Manimul Ganamaniye Mama Dharma Munniyum Dharma Sanniyum Dharma Siddhiyum Unmazamanal Mol Yenmazamagazima Ayum Liyum Nammam Liyum Ayum Dingnamina Yagadwaryom Hari Om Ganamaniye Mama Mangul Ganamaniye Mama Manimul Ganamaniye Mama Dharma Munniyum Dharma Sanniyum Dharma Siddhiyum Unmazamanal Mol Yenmazamagazima Ayum Liyum Nammam Liyum Ayum May all our incompleteness be complete. May we find the wholeness in our realities. May the blessed wholeness lead us to seek and awaken all the divine for us to be eternally whole as the angels in the human, as human. Mm-hmm.
Oh, that was wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, can you explain to us what a yogi is?
Yes. See, within each one of us, there is, in every human, there is the need to be happy. In every human, there's a search for happiness. In every human, there's a need for the ease in life and ease in doing. Now, we experience life in different dimensions, and in each of it is the seeking of pleasure and joy factor within each. Now, as we journey deep, we connect finally to the innermost, or you could say to Source, God, the Infinite. And once that connectivity is like a fire raging within ourselves, we experience supreme joy. And this supreme state of joy, we would want to keep it at all times. And then as we go deeper, our mind starts converging. And what wakes up in us is our vastness. Now, life is at ease. We are the sun. Our realities go around us. We stop running the rat race. We begin to think from a higher place, beyond the mind, from a state of higher consciousness. From here, there's more clarity in what we do. So, if you look into beings who have moved the frontiers of humanity, from Albert Einstein to Rumi to Mahatma Gandhi to Martin Luther King, all these beings were actually yogis. They were so connected. Their mind was connected to Source, Infinity, God, all that entity, anything we want. But that connectivity makes us that yogi. So, attaining that innermost connectivity to experience that Source cosmic union makes us the yogi.
Oh, beautiful. Well, for people who are new to meditation, can you give us some suggestions?
Yes. The first, there are so many ways of meditation. Like you could say there's so many pathways to God. You could say so many pathways to consciousness. There are so many ways to meditate. One of the methodology that I am familiar with, which is the Siddha tradition, is choose the pathway where we are led by joy. Choose the pathway where we are led by freedom. So when we say meditation, there is the mother of meditation. And chanting mantras, you could say, is the mother of meditation. In other words, when we start chanting the mantra, our mind converges to singularity. There is a state of joy that comes through the chanting of the mantra. There is a surrender of our mind into the sacred fire of the mantra resonance that has been invoked. So, attain the mantra. Go in with the mantra. Enjoy the resonance. Chant it chant it as though it is a prayer, and in fact it is a very powerful prayer. And when we are done with it, our mind is in a meditative state. There's no more effort to be here in this place where there's no more thought. The mind is like the sky, clean and clear without any clouds. The clouds are thoughts. So when our mind is like a crystal, now we are allowing for Source thoughts. We are allowing for each moment to be the scriptures. So meditation really is stepping into a place where our thought process has been way, We are no more running, we are no more functioning from a memory bank and emotions. We've stepped up on the mind's rooftop. So, know that to meditate, there are so many different ways. The simple and easy way to do it, like the Buddhist way, cancel thoughts. Find the wedge between breath, the wedge between thought through the awareness of breath. But that is really very difficult for most of us to do because our mind needs to be trained to attain that. So the best way would be take a mantra, chant it, go on chanting it, and then let go. You will feel as we will know that we are in a meditative state.
Now, when you say mantra, that we also mean, like for people that are really, like Christians, and they use prayers, and it would be the same thing. And it's, to me, it's putting yourself through that prayer or mantra. You're in that sacred space, and you elevated, like you said, your energy because of the words, and you're not thinking about anything else but that mantra.
Okay, I would say for just about anyone, this is irrespective of religion, okay, just say I am, the mantra I am. That would be an ideal mantra to say, I am. And that mantra would take you to where it necessarily needs to take us to.
That sounds so simple.
So simple, it's meaningful, see, all religions point to the same thing, and that is the divine is within us. So when we say I am, slowly I am, within ourselves, our mind would converge. And slowly but surely, it will lead us to the mind's rooftop. And with reciting it for a moment, since the mind is to be trained to go into the singularity of thought. And the moment it's entered the singularity of thought, now it's easy to break free from the cycle of thought. And now we would experience the meditative state.
Well, you can do that anywhere then. It doesn't have to be in a private space. You can do that, that really simple I am chant when you walk or doing the dishes or even when you're on a bus.
Absolutely. That is what meditation is. In reality, sitting down to meditate is good. It's really very good. But the effectiveness, you could say the efficacy of meditation is that we have a mind that is in a meditative state, and now we are handling our regular realities. And when we handle our regular realities, we would understand that our mind is super efficient. That's because we are mindful. We are so much in the states of joy, of being in the now. And in this state of being in joy, stress-free, everything good happens to us because our vibratory levels are high. So health-wise, we are good. All that we seek, all that we desire comes to us easily. All the goodness happens to us easily because our vibratory state is high. So, attaining that higher vibratory state necessarily means that all the goodness of source union, all the goodness of being a yogi flows through us without any effort.
You wrote a book. Would you like to share with us what your book is?
Well, the book is called The Mastery of Consciousness. And I mentioned, be the prophet. Now, in the first place, what is consciousness? The consciousness is a big word because our mind is through where we sleep. Our mind gives us the awake experience, and the mind gives us the dream experience. If we mastered these three, now we have created a platform, a higher platform of our mind from where thought has quality to it. thought is potent. Thought creates reality. So, if we've been able to rise up to master our consciousness, firstly, we would attain clarity to think first and feel the need or the desire for what is good for the highest purpose. And that manifestation takes place with ease. That's mastery of consciousness. This is one dimension. So, the book essentially has 108 consciousness sutras. In the beginning of the interview, you said, for an ordinary person, what would it take to attain that meditative state? We have 108 sutras. Each sutra teaches us the basics of how to attain consciousness in the reality world that we are living in. For instance, sometimes we are provoked, and how to deal with it? How does it work to ensure that challenge has been turned into an opportunity? So that is the consciousness sutras. Now there is the other dimensions to it, the basics of the yogic wisdom in it. And the yogic wisdom is in reality common sense, practicality, experiential. In other words, all this is what we could implement in our lives on a day-to-day basis and moment-by-moment basis. And I wanted to share this grace of Asiddha lineage with the world because very little is known about the Siddhas, even in India. I was fortunate to have been adopted by my gurus. And given this enriching them, and my circumstances gave me my solitude, gave me the blessings of being in the sacred vortexes and going deep enough to awaken and understand that the inner guru, the wisdom from within, is so empowering and so powerful, and yet it was not necessary to be in a cave to have it. And it's a fire, a sacred fire, and this sacred fire is within each one of us. And once it is lit, we can all blossom to be a master. And each one of us have an innate genius waiting to wake up. And this genius wakes up the moment we have woken up. And now, in the yoga tradition, they say the deeper you go, the more you focus your mind on one singular thing. As you go on and on, extraordinary powers start rising in you. And there are so many extraordinary powers that is unique to each one that would rise up.
Now, when you say extraordinary powers, can you give us some examples?
Oh yes, something as simple as being able to see the future, or looking at a person and understanding every single thought a person might have, the other person might have, or these are all basics. Now, then you have other areas like the spoon bending and all that stuff. It goes on. It's so much. But all these extra powers are in reality a distraction in our yogic journey, because we could get stuck into each one of these siddhis. But irrespective of anything else, when we wake up and when we are in the mundane world, doing whatever we are doing, we begin to experience the enormity of a powerfulness we have got within ourselves in our own ways the moment we have understood. We see the bigger picture and understood, wow, this is why I am here on planet Earth. I have come to do this. The moment we realize this, the first and the most powerful siddhi of all the siddhis is inspiration. It might sound simple, inspiration. But being inspired is the greatest and the grandest gift we could ever have. Now, once we are inspired, we are able to step into the next dimension of the mind, which is the state, the superconscious states of the yogis, the states of Turiya. So, this book, Mastery of Consciousness, essentially is about attainment of consciousness. But however, we are also in the parameters of time. If you ask me what would be God in the most practical terms, I would say time. Time itself is a very powerful element. In other words, now today we are recording it at a new moon moment. This new moon has an effect to my conversation and to what is flowing through us. So, this time is a dimension to look into, to seeing. If we can step out of time into timelessness, which is meditation, now we are easily able to define time. In other words, when we are in the now, whatever we seek instantly comes to manifestation. So this is the journey through as a yogi, as through mastery of consciousness, as through the attainment of through several years, several lifetimes, we have been seeking the highest. All this comes to fulfillment the moment we've attained the states, attained the next level, layers of consciousness.
Where can they get your book?
The book Mastery of Consciousness is available on Amazon.com. It's also available on my site, sensitiveplanet.com, where I would hand sign the book for each of us.
Oh, that's wonderful. Well, let's talk about World Yogi Day. Is that
Mahashivratri?
Yes.
Okay. Now, you remember, Cathy, I was mentioning about time. Now, time is a very crucial thing, and that is every day has 24 hours, and once a day, light a lamp, and step into timelessness and come back to time. In other words, meditate. Okay? Then you have the new moon and the full moons. And then once a year, you have a time called Mahashivratri. This Mahashivratri is intensely powerful a time to attain enlightenment easily, because all the stars are aligned. This has been done by yogis for thousands of years. In India, over 400 million people observe it, but most of them observe it as a weekend warrior. But for us, we can observe it as a yogi. In other words, we can make it our own personal pilgrimage. So on the 10th of February, I am staying back. Instead of going to India, I would be staying back over here to be able to light the inner lamp in each one, and then teach everyone what to do and guide everyone through the 16 days from February 10th to February 25th. And by the time we reach February 25th, we begin to start experiencing going beyond the states of sleep. We begin to experience the states of going beyond the body. And we begin to experience the states of Turiya. And then on the 25th night, we would experience what is mentioned as enlightenment, and that is finding the pillar of light within ourselves, understanding the word I am as I am. And now, when we step out of this Mahashivratri, I would like to have each one of us ask this question: are you an emperor or are you a slave? An emperor owns time, a slave simply does not. So can you give yourself one day between you and God, source, infinity, whoever you call it. Can you give yourself that one day a week? Last 26 years I have been observing that one day, and that one day is Thursday. And that Thursday, I observe whatever experience I have on the Mahasivaratri day of being the pillar of light, I would experience it and enhance it and delve in that light every Thursday. So no matter what my realities are, I am able to center myself and get back into being the yogi. Now, this year, Mahasivaratri is on February 10th. I'd like you to go in, whoever would love to join me in this journey, please go into Facebook, Nandhi Ji. That's where I have my updated information. And this is the live stream, there's a live stream at 6 in the evening PST. I'd love each one of us to join in. I would not only be giving the guidance to go inside, but also the Siddha mantras. These are very powerful mantras. They're simple mantras, but they're very powerful, very effective. And the goal is to be the yogi. And the journey is to step into the realm, the states of joy that gives us gives us the inspiration and passion to want more of it. So the more of states of joy, the more of discipline we can set for ourselves to have more of it. And this is the pilgrimage within ourselves. So I invite all to join us in this pilgrimage within. And Mahasivaratri is called the World Yogi Day. And initially 12 years ago, before the International Yoga Day took place, I had founded World Yoga Day, thinking that everyone practicing yoga needs to know this, needs to know the importance of time as a vortex to utilize. And International Yoga Day took place, and we said, okay, that's fine. Let's basically then let every person practicing yoga understand that they are doing so to be the yogi. And so, World Yogi Day, Mahasivaratri unfolds before us. Mm-hmm.
I want to ask you, you've used the word yogi and you've used the word siddha. What's the difference between the two?
Okay. When Buddha was in his mother's stomach, when he was born, all the court astrologers looked at his horoscope and they realized that a great being was born, and they named him Siddhartha. So, the name Siddhartha means the perfect being, the perfected being. Now, what do you mean by perfect? A person is perfect when they have woken up, as simple as that. When we have woken up, our thoughts begin to start regulating itself. We don't need any moral authority from outside, but we know exactly what is best for us. We know what to eat, and we know what to say, and we also understand that we are a part of love. So this is the Siddha. A yogi necessarily becomes a Siddha in the process of the inner journey. A Siddha is, we could say, an accomplished master, a person who's attained it and who's journeying beyond enlightenment. A yogi has understood this light and understood the happiness of freedom and has set the discipline to have more of it, to journey to become a Siddha.
Thank you.
So it is, all that I say is for each one of us to be able to do it, because consciousness is an idea that has come. It's unstoppable. Wherever we are in the world today, we are going to be touched by consciousness. And this consciousness is a journey to being the yogi. And from here, perhaps the Siddha. And it's here for every one of us.
We have 4 minutes left. What is your message to the world?
Yes. The first message is, light your own inner lamp and connect to Source God. It's within ourselves. Understand your body and our mind to be our own church, our own temple. If you ask me what is my religion, I would say I'm liberated. I'm liberated from dogma. I'm liberated from my mind. I am the child of Source. I am the cosmic child. So affirm that truth of whom we are. That's the first. The second, attain consciousness, attain the highest consciousness so we can shine. We can shine. For each one of us are masters. We've come here for the highest purpose. And when we all shine, humanity lifts itself up. And the third, understand that when we have attained consciousness, we are the embodiment of all the goodness, which is called Dharma. We've come here to be good. We've come here to be the consciousness within which Christ, Krishna, all the divine beings dwell as consciousness. Attain consciousness, be the master, be the yogi, and let's lift ourselves as we enjoy all of humanity and all of the world arise. Hello? Hello? Yes.
Did we just have some weirdness happen here?
I know. Hello?
Yeah, I was listening to y'all, and all of a sudden it was like, okay, what? It was like everything went quiet or something. It was really kind of
yes,
weird.
and there's something so weird.
It really was.
So did it.
and Cathy, I see Cathy says she's still with us, but you know what? Let's call her right back real quick because
I know. So did I end it properly, or should I say it again?
Oh, yes. No, I heard what you were saying. Excellent. We just lost Cathy. You were coming in crystal clear.
Hello?
Hello, you back? You back?
Okay.
Cathy, it's just weird. It just went blank.
You know, this is live radio. Weirder things have happened.
It was strange.
Are we still on air?
Yeah, we are. Y'all still get a couple minutes. You got
okay.
2-3 minutes if y'all got to want to get anything else in there.
Okay. Well, all right. Do you want to do a chant to close us out?
Okay. I think I did mention the three things necessary. You know, the three things that I wish for humanity and wish for each one to have. Did the message come clear?
Yeah. Very good. Very
perfect.
Clear.
Perfect. Good. So let humanity arise, and it's through consciousness, and where consciousness is, peace is. Where consciousness is not, peace cannot be. And this is so much an elementary truth in the basis of wanting peace for ourselves, wanting peace for humanity, first consciousness, and there it is. Else comes the light. Right?
Uh-huh.
And so, this is my message.
Well, can you give us a mantra to close the show on?
Okay, let's do that. Okay? So, this mantra is, from our heart, the moment our heart has opened itself up, we now go to step into unconditional love. And this is the solution to not only our mind and our reality, but this is also a solution for our reality creation. So when you go into the heart mantra, this was also Mahatma Gandhi's favorite mantra. A simple mantra, Rama, Rama, Ra. Ra, the sound Ra, is fire. Now, this is primordial sound. In other words, This is universal sound. So the sound of Ra is fire. Ma is the mother, the heart, the core, epicenter. Rama. So say the mantra slowly with me. Rama, 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 Rama. So this is the heart mantra. But now when you're saying the mantra, you could say this mantra and drive a car or do whatever we are doing, but you could say the mantra. But understand now that there are three spaces to park our mind. The first space of parking the mind is the infinite, infinity. The second space of parking ourselves is understanding that we are the angelic beings in the human body. In other words, our soul is the next dimension of whom we are. And then the third is the heart. Within the heart dwells the light that we are. So when you're saying the mantra, let's say it connecting ourselves to the infinite, infinity that we are. Rama 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 Rama. Now when you're saying this mantra, imagining that we are the soul in the body, feel the color as golden, feel the golden light. And also understand that this was Mahatma Gandhi's favorite mantra. Invoke him. He's a beautiful being who would love to serve us as an angel, as an apostle of peace. So let's say the mantra and feel the golden light within ourselves. Rama 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 Rama. Come into the heart and feel the ancient lamp within ourselves. The heart connect. Whenever we step into the heart, only the perfect happens. And when we say the mantra and awaken the heart energies, all the goodness flows through us. All the goodness protects us. All the goodness happens in our presence. So go into the heart mantra. Rama 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 Rama. Now take your two hands, your two palms. Feel the left hand as your mother, and press, and your right hand feel it like a father. Now in life, the first of a guru is our mother and our father. Now, when we think of them and say thank you, thank you, thank you, whatever might be the issues, good or bad or ugly, first thank the being who gave birth to us, whose cell constitutes our body, and they happen to be our first gurus. So think of the mother, think of our father, rub our palms together, generate the warmth, and put your palms over our eyelids and receive the blessings and feel ourselves in the womb of grace. Next, press our left toe down, take a deep inhale to the left and feel the infinite goddess, the infinite moon breath of ours. Feel the breath itself as a moon. Feel the left energy as the goddess-like energy, cool, calming. Press the right big toe down, take a deep inhale. Exhale slowly and feel the breath of the right, which is a sun-like energy. Feel a father energy. Feel the infinite masculine energy of infinity. Connect to infinity. Put both the hands up to the sky and feel that we are, and affirm that we are the infinite being having the finite experience as the now.
Nandhi, that was very beautiful, but we're going to have to end it right here. You're going to have to come back. We're going to have to do this again. So lovely.
No, this is good. This is good.
We should have started off with this.
No, this ritual is very simple, and and once again, it's common sense way of connecting to a higher consciousness. And it's so simple, and yet, it doesn't take more than 5 minutes to doing this. And we've done this. We know that now we are,